The labels for our x-axis are uncomfortably tight. When you take a look at them, they start out okay. The distance between glazed, jelly, and holes, at least in terms of their spacing, is okay. But as we move on, it gets really tight here around crumb, chocolate, and coconut. So how can we fix this problem? Well, what we'll do is we'll look at adjusting the text within an axis. And we'll display it so that it is at an angle. So glazed will be here at a sort of 45-degree angle to the left, jelly the same, and it'll give us more horizontal space to work with. Let's go to the code. Okay, so we created the axis with the x-axis variable at line 48. You think, well, maybe we would adjust the text there. Well, actually, no. This just will create some elements, and then we have to look where we actually appended those elements to the chart. So we need to scroll down and look within our plot function, and what we're looking for is this right here at line 107. Here, we appended a group, we gave it the class of x-axis, and then finally at line 110, we called the x-axis variable, thereby appending all of those newly created SVG elements into this group. So with that, we need to extend this statement so that we select all of the text elements and transform them. Let's put our cursor right before the semicolon after call, new line, and indent. At this point in this statement, we are actually working with the x-axis group. So now within that group, we need to .select all text. So we're using the select all method with this group to select all of the text elements, which were just created at line 110. Now, on a new line, we'll indent, and we'll set the style of these text elements such that their text anchors, so text anchor, has a value of end. So this will allow us to pivot the text on its end, which is what we need to do. Now we'll set some attributes. So the text attribute.attr of dx, so we'll make some adjustments on the x-axis, will be -8. And I figured that value out ahead of time. Then we'll set the attribute for the adjustment on the y-axis, dy, to be 8. Finally, the most important change that we'll make is we'll add a transform attribute, .attr transform, and then we're going to add a value of translate, parentheses 0, 0, space, rotate, parentheses -45. Now, it's really important that you do it in this order because transforms in SVG are going to be performed in the order you create. You'll have very different outcomes if you typed rotate -45 space translate 0, 0. So translate first, then rotate. Save it, head to the code and refresh, and wow, it looks so much better now because we have freed up a lot of that horizontal space. Now the only problem I really see is that it's getting cut off by the SVG elements boundaries. So we just need to adjust the margins. We'll head back to the code, and at the top, where we declared the margins, that's at lines 28 through 33, we'll change the following. The top will now be 58, and the bottom 72. Save it, go back to the chart and refresh, and now we have a much more condensed presentation of our chart with some really attractive axis labels.